Welcome back, friends and fiends, to another edition of Mad at the Movies. To my right is the ghost with the most himself, Evil Adam. Adam, how you feeling this week?
I am not a crook. I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic as usual. So, I'm very excited. This is something we ain't got to do often. I know we got to review a short feature about a year ago called Marbles. So, friends and fiends, if you hadn't checked out that episode where we did review Marbles, make sure you go back, take a look at it. But this week we're going to be looking at the short film Backmask.
Yep.
So this is a film that was written and directed by Matt Fitch and Chris Baker. And I can easily say, friends and fiends, this is something where we're not going to spoil anything from the short film. We actually want you to go take a look at it for yourself.
Yeah.
There will be a link in the description, so be sure to go click on that link and give this thing a watch and show some support to Matt and Chris, like I said, because this is one that I've noticed. I hadn't counted how many awards that it's won, but it's won quite a few awards at film festivals. So that's it goes to show the quality of this film. So speaking to that, to begin with, what are your initial thoughts on this film?
My thoughts were this like you're talking about quality. This was great quality.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good story. This is the kind of story that not only does it pull you in, if they decided to go down the road and expand this into a shorter film, or like a anthology type segment, or even a short film of an hour, a little and some change, this would be great, and it would be easy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really pleasantly surprised with this, how good this was.
I couldn't agree more. Like I said, it has a good solid cast. I know David Shields plays the rock star in this movie, and you could see him in certain episodes of Doctor Who, Black Mirror, Masters of the Air. Charlie Ricks plays Angus, his manager, and he plays in Back to Life.
He does great in this.
Oh, he does. Okay. Masters of the Air. And we have a couple other, Jeannie Eggleston, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and Abby Haberfeld do a fantastic job at the beginning of the film as well. It's got a solid cast. Cinematography on this is fantastic.
Some of the transitions are just beautiful. Yes. The sets are great. The colors, the way they edit this thing is really, really well done, and the production value is pretty high. It was a really great little sleeper.
Yes.
Hit of a short film,
and you hit the nail on the head, like I said. And what I love about it is the backstory. They do a great setup at the beginning of the film, mentioning how he doesn't want to leave the rock star alone because of what's happened in the mansion. So you get that slow buildup of what's going on. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil what does happen, but like I said, the slow descent into madness kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of for an 18-minute short. I thought that it was really well done as far as character development goes of that rock star and of his manager. Yeah,
and I like the fact that, just to give you a little quick kind of just what spoiler-free plot synopsis, it's pretty much the story of a rock star who in the 70s has, kind of passed his area of fame and now is trying to...
Broke up with the band.
He's broke up with the band, and he's trying to regain a little bit of that glory.
Right.
So he decides he's going to sequester himself in, I believe, a family home or some type of...
It's a mansion that he just purchased.
Right, and he's going to sequester himself in there and try to write his next hit song. And the path that follows is
well done.
It's a really well done film. So, really, you do yourself a favor and check this out. It's not very long. It's what comes in, clocks in about, what was
18, 19 minutes.
18, 19 minutes. And it was just one of those I put on in the afternoon, and man, I was pleasantly surprised. Mm-hmm. So I watched it twice in the same afternoon.
Yep. So. Same here. Me and my wife actually watched it later that evening after you done talked about how much you enjoyed it. Yep. And like I said, she stayed awake for it because it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Normally she falls asleep pretty quick, but it kept her attention, and she thought it was really well done. And I really thought you hit the nail on the head talking about how to see what's expanded upon this.
Yep.
I would love to see, like you said, because this would have made for a great Tales from the Crypt type of episode. Like you said, any type of anthology
if they
show.
Decided to go down this route and say we're going to take this to a 35, 45 minute, even an hour and some change, that would totally work.
And even then, if they really want to go through and polish the script of it and make it into a feature, I have trust in what I've seen from Matt Fitch and Chris Baker that they could pull it off and get it done. So.
Yeah. And what were you on? Cut you off?
No. And
what were some of the things that you thought, if they decided to go down that road?
Well, without spoiling anything, right. I think you could expand on the aftermath. I'll just leave it at that, the aftermath, so we don't know exactly, if viewers know exactly what I'm talking about, but
Right.
once you see, you know, like kind of like, you know, what happens next. You could do, like when we're talking about the lead up, you could do the lead up to him like being in a funk where he just has broke up the band. You could expand on that a little bit, show him like with the mansion,
Yeah.
lean more into, because they talk about the history of the mansion and why he doesn't want him to
I
leave
would
him alone.
love to see more of the history of the mansion, you know, and even maybe some crazy montages of like newspaper clippings,
Yes.
or microfiche film, you know, where it's talking about what had occurred there, and even some cool flashbacks of him in the band, you know, maybe in his prime,
Yeah.
you know, some album covers, some like, you know, 8-track covers, you know, where
Yeah.
it's like him and his band and they're rocking out, and it's like
Right.
maybe a news footage that's kind of like, you know, they're at the height of their fame, you know, kind of breaking, and then later, you know, you have him in decline.
Right.
That would be great. But this was just, I mean, it leaves you wanting more, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what you want it to do.
Exactly.
And I think that's what they were going for. So this is,
With that being said, you know, we love to do the Goldblum scale here at Blood and Guts. So,
That's right.
Evil Adam, for this short film Back Mask, what do you have the Goldblum scale for?
I'm going with, yes, 5 whole Goldblums. Yes, 5.
I have to agree. I go with 5. It's like I said, it's got everything. It's got a great cast.
Mhm.
They do fantastic in their roles. It's got a great direction by, like I said, Matt Fitch and Chris Baker. And they also, I don't know if I mentioned, or they wrote this piece as well. So it's really well written. Cinematography, sound mixing,
Editing is beautiful.
yeah.
I mean, the colors, they probably used some kind of color correction. I'm assuming there, but it's still really, really, really well done.
Absolutely. And I love the sound mixing. I love that Sarah song that's in there. I thought that was a catchy little tune.
Yeah, and I wanted to hear more. See,
Yeah.
that's the song. I don't know if that was for the film or what, but I want to hear more of that kind of stuff in the film. But it was just great.
Yeah. So there you have it, friends and fiends. Like I said, the short film Back Mask, we both love it. We suggest that you go to that link in the description, give it a watch, leave them some feedback in the comments, because I know as filmmakers they want to hear what you have to say. Like I said, make sure to like and comment to this video as well. If you did go out and watch it, let us know what you think as well.
Yep, and remember, check it out. I mean, it's a good little afternoon watch there, and remember to stay spooky.
Yeah. Who's the ghost for the most?